Well, so we're here, Mama V, also Bwaji, looking all splendid this morning. Mama V, good morning.
I'm in love with your shirt.
Yeah, thank you. It's by Elise Couture.
I knew it.
She's based in Tema. Okay. So just in case you want to contact her, you can contact me. I'm not allowed to advertise.
I've contacted you.
You see, yeah.
So please another.
So the number is 0. Can we do? I'll be surcharged. So it's not allowed.
If you missed the morning news, well, you did miss, but we've got the newspapers now for you.
I wanted to ask you. There was a last. There was a last story
about the identification.
Yeah, about the password and all that. And I wanted to know whether, because you don't put password on your phones. Yeah, I do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I do. So I kept wondering whether in time of an emergency, what would I do? I don't know. What do you think?
I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, because it's a feature on the phone, so I'm wondering how. And sometimes, the phone can wrap. They are sensitive. The surfaces are sensitive, or the screens. So the phone can rub on somewhere around your body, and you can have a ring, or the apps could be activated.
There are so many ways of locking. I mean, you don't, so that if somebody just swipes it, it opens.
Okay. So you can just lock it without the password.
Exactly. All right, let's do the newspapers.
Do you think that those of us who put passwords, we have something to hide? Let's say those of us who are married.
I don't readily think so. I don't think so.
Right,
I don't.
I love your liberal mind.
I think it's just a choice. I don't know why I don't have a password, but it's just so it will be easily accessed. Oh no, I do have a password actually.
You do on one of them.
Okay, on one of them.
Yeah.
But only because it was new and I wanted to explore. Have different features. But otherwise, I'm cool with no password. And I'm cool if you do have a password on your phone. I don't mind. I don't need anything on your phone, really. Yeah. Unless when I run out of credit and I need to make a quick call.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, boys will always learn your password anyway.
Yeah.
They'll watch you. Don't complain.
Let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page, pirates free 3 Koreans. Ghanaian Greek partner still in captivity. That's a very worrying story. First time when we heard about it, we're like, really? In Ghana?
The one that took place off the Qatar coast?
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's an update in the Daily Graphic newspaper. We'll get to a bit of the details in the paper. Also, Church of Pentecost gets new chairman. He is Apostle Eric Kwabena Nyamiche, chairman of the Church of Pentecost. Wizardry curse accusations lead to destruction in 2 communities. Magdan to construct astroturfs for La and East Legon. Accra declaration, fight crimes against journalists. World Press Freedom Day participants demand.
And
the 2-day program.
The astroturf.
Yeah.
Robert Coleman.
So he's
the chief executive of the Wembley Sports Complex.
Is he the one behind this?
They are constructing the Magdan.
Okay, the Larry.
Good morning to you, Robert Coleman, wherever you're watching us from. We hope that you're in good spirits.
Okay, so the 2-day events that happened at the Kempinski Hotel in terms of Ghana hosting quite a number of journalists from across the globe. Well, it ended with an Accra declaration, and that's to fight crimes against journalists. Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid, the Minister of Information, handing over a gong to the Deputy Director General of UNESCO to symbolize the official closure of the World Press Freedom Day held in Accra, yesterday. So UNESCO really hosting the events in Ghana. Still in the Daily Graphic newspaper, I think it will be good to go on page 16, a bit of the story. Page 16. After spending 34 days in captivity in the hands of pirates, 3 Korean sailors who were kidnapped on March 26th this year while fishing in Ghanaian waters near Qatar in the Volta region have been released. The sailors were released in the wee hours of April 27 after a ransom was paid through an arrangement by their employers, World Marine Company Limited, the Korean embassy in Accra. The 3 sailors, they've given their names here. They were on board Marine 711 when they were kidnapped and taken to the Bayelsa State in Nigeria. The commander of the Marine Ports and Railways Department of the Ghana Police Service in Tema, who confirmed the release to the Daily Graphic in Tema last Monday, said the Koreans were released to a hospital in Port Harcourt in Nigeria. There's the backstory and all about the ransom as well. Story would continue on page 20, so it will be quite a read, and it'll be good if you grab the paper to read details of that. Let's talk about wizardry now, shall we? It's like a movie. It's also on page 16. It says, two separate incidents in which one man was accused of being a wizard and the other invoking curses on a community led to violent attacks and the destruction of property at Chogu and Changa, two farming communities in the northern region, last Wednesday night. The first incident happened at Chogu in the Sagnarigo municipality, where a house belonging to Isahaku Abdullah, 72, accused of wizardry, was bent down by an irate youth. In the second incident, which occurred at Janga, also a farming community in the West Mamprisi municipality, the chief of the village, who was accused of being responsible for the drowning of the son of a local warrior in the White Volta, was attacked by some residents of the community. Now, there have been some arrests, but the paper is also reporting of tension in these two communities. So you can read about it in the Daily Graphic newspaper. Amazing. So it's you know, it's not always about the witches, right?
Yeah.
It's not always about the women. Sometimes the men are also at the center of it. Incredible. Okay, so which other stories can we take a look at? Maybe a bit of the new chairman of the Pentecost Church. And I think he said he saw this coming maybe some 20 years ago. He had dreamt about this. But the fact that we put the headline, Church of Pentecost gets new chairman, in some of the headlines says new chairman for Church of Pentecost, almost sounding like there's a new Church of Pentecost chairman. Okay, but he's the chairman of the Church of Pentecost after the previous one retired. Something of a sort? Okay. So Apostle Eric Kwabena Nyameche, he's 53. He's been elected the new chairman of the Church of Pentecost. He will succeed Apostle Professor Opoku Onyina, who officially retires in August this year. So Apostle Nyamiche, who was nominated by the outgoing chairman, Professor Onyina, in consultation with the Executive Council of the Church, was elected yesterday, May 3, 2018, at the ongoing 43rd General Council meeting of the Church of Pentecost Convention Center at Gomoafete in the Central Region. He will have a 5-year term renewable by another 5 years. Apostle Professor Onyina had a 10-year tenure, and we wish Apostle Eric Kwabena Nyamiche, the newly elected chairman of the Church of Pentecost, the best. We hope that he goes the full haul and he does another 10 years as well, so that he can get equally 10 years in office. Lots of challenges that come with the job, but God is on your side, so you will definitely make it. We wish you the very best. Back page of the Daily Graphic now. NGO donates vehicles, motorbikes to Ghana Health Service. 21 vehicles and 15 motorbikes with $600,000 have been presented to 15 districts across the country with high endemicity of Boruli Oxa, yaws and leprosy cases to enhance health delivery. Is it free? Absolutely free like that? Well, you can read about it on the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Quack doctor arrested at Wapuli in the northern region. It says the Ghana Medical and Dental Council, in collaboration with the police, has arrested a quack doctor who has converted his house into a clinic at Wapuli in the Sabuba district in the northern region. Omega Timothy, suspected to be in his early 40s, is said to have practiced for an unspecified number of years. He's also alleged to have operated an unlicensed drugstore in his house, where he sold drugs to unsuspecting members of the community. There's a picture of him on the back page of the paper. He's been arrested now. Heaven knows for how long he's practiced for, and the number of people who went through his hands, and people who will have to suffer defects because he's obviously not a doctor and he couldn't get things right. People go to school for so many years to become doctors. Some people think they can pull a fast one. The center spread of the paper is all about the day for journalists, 2 days observed here in Ghana. So that's what's making the center spread. Not all. Book on execution of strategies launched. Also another paper. We will talk about a book that's also going to be launched on the show this morning for you. That's it for the Daily Graphic?
Yeah, definitely. So we just have to move on and do the Ghanaian Times. And so on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, 2018 UNESCO Global Press Freedom Day celebration in Accra. We have Stop Attacking Journalists, President to states around the world. And the president told countries around the world that journalists should not be attacked. Meanwhile, in our country, Latif Idris, our own, was attacked by personnel of the Ghana Police Service. Nothing has been done to those personnel by the management, the administrators, and the hierarchy of the Ghana Police Service. We know that we also have a police council that is chaired by the vice president of our republic, and still no action has been taken. After that, we've had a number of incidents recorded against the police. Swiftly, they have been able to apprehend people who have been linked to, for example, a murder of a police constable, a corporal, recently when he was chaperoning an Indian businessman, in which we're told that some 900,000 Ghana cedis was carted away by those suspected thieves. And, well, we know that some action has been taken on it. But our own Latif Idris and the brutalities that he suffered on that day when the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Kokwani Doho, was held in the custody of the police CID, nothing has been heard. He is wriggling in pain on his bed currently as we speak. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. All for World Press Freedom Day. Let's move on. McDan constructs artificial turf for La. And we know that the story on page 21 said, or 31, says that it's a way of making sure that the people of La get what they have to get by way of the artificial astroturf. And it's the Minister of Youth and Sports, Isaac Esiama, together with the Municipal Chief Executive of the La, Dade Kotopong Municipal Assembly, Gladys Chocho Mandide, on Wednesday, cutting the sword for the construction of the AstroTurf at the La Town Park.
That one to be cut sword?
Yeah. And McDan Group of Companies, they are the clients for it, being supported by...
So how did they cut the sword on that?
Oh, but for their projects. But you know the way we do it.
But this is turf. This is,
but
this is a pitch, right?
Yeah, it's a great initiative. So
I get it, but it's just the cutting.
It's a public.
It's just the cutting of the
public-private partnership.
Otherwise, maybe it's just the way we put things, as in the way we write. Because I don't know. I'm trying to picture.
Cutting.
I'm trying to be practical with the sword cutting.
Okay, so let me tell you the pictures I see here. The shovel, we call it Sophie. The shovel, and the pickaxe have all been branded with ribbons, and they've been crossed.
I guess it's a traditional thing.
They've been pitched down.
When you're putting down structures, they cut as well.
Yeah, and you see the way it is.
When they're drilling borehole, they do the same.
Yeah.
I can list a number of things that we do that we.
There's a video of an African country. I think a toilet also.
Yeah, we cut sword.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, Africa.
Anyway.
Well, so those are the stories we have. Let's go to the back page of the Ghanaian Times. It has on the front, the back page, passed law to prevent cutting down of cocoa trees. And it's coming from the Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana. They are worried. And Nana Obuadie Opambo Boateng Bonsu II is calling on Parliament to pass a law that will prevent the cutting down of cocoa trees, because they feel that apparently more farmers and communities are using their land for other crops or trees other than cocoa. Particularly, the story is mentioning rubber. It's now become the in thing now, so they're worried that cocoa should still be the mainstay of our economy. Bongo to benefit from 6 solar mechanized boreholes, and no sword was cut, but we're told that the district chief executive for Bongo, Peter Ayenbisa Ayamga, made the disclosure on Monday when he led the contractor, Sawu Drilling Company, and the consultant to beneficiary communities to introduce them to the assembly and unit committee members and the chiefs before the project takes off. Okay, so that'll be it for the Ghanaian Times.
I've got the Finder. Let's follow up with the Finder newspaper. Front page, press freedom is a priority. President Akufo-Addo canvasses support for practice for good journalism. Collaboration is key in investigative journalism. Anas Aremeyaw Anas also speaking at that event yesterday. NPP opens nominations ahead of National Delegates Congress. Apostle Eric Nyamiche is new chairman of Church of Pentecost. Crime against journalists should not go unpunished. That's a call by UNESCO, the Deputy Director General of UNESCO. Picture of him on the front page of the Finder newspaper. Really, that's it for what's on the front page, but there are many other stories in the paper that would be of interest to you. It'll be good to grab the paper. There's a feature, time to fix rising divorce cases is here. John Appiah is writing from Accra. It's a long one, but it will be good to read. He talks about cheating, communication breakdown, old lies, value differences, workaholism, contract marriage, sex, childbearing. All these are essential ingredients, things that affect marriage or that will boost your marriage. Starts by saying that Ghana is a fast developing nation thanks to the influence of the Western world. When it comes to development, this country has adopted both the positive and the negative effects of westernizations. Unlike in the formative years, divorce is not a taboo anymore in the country, and what is saddening still is the fact that the divorce rate in Ghana is fast catching up with that of the Western nations. So while in some cases the divorce happening is unavoidable, in most cases they are as a result of some causes we will find out later. It gives statistics. As of 2017, the rate of divorce in Ghana was over 4,000 every year. Statistically, this is not something to write home about if the Ghanaian population is anything to go by. So I entreat you, grab the papers on page 14 as a feature, very detailed indeed. It will be good to read about it on divorce.
No, it means that in 10 years, only 400,000 marriages will dissolve. About 10 years, but a population.
You know, even the challenge with getting statistics right, we have various points where you can get married and where you can
get divorced.
Without
going to.
I think we've got a number. Is it 3 divorce?
Because this one is the marriage ordinance, and
yeah, you can get you can do it at the AMA.
That's the assemblies.
So you can do it at very. How are we putting, because even with the courts, it's not like automatic that there's a record or something recording that this is 1 case, 2, 3, you know, like.
Well, I think there are formal cases. That is, if one of the couple decide to dissolve it through the main structures, because they can't dissolve it through their normal legal representations, who may not have a recourse to go and notify the point where the marriage was contracted.
Yeah.
That is the assembly or the premises where they have the legal office. So and that's a problem we have for many of the sectors too.
True.
And then there are marriages that are contracted traditionally, because some marry without signing an ordinance certificate.
Yeah.
So
there are various entry points, there are various exit points, and they are all not converged. So we may not know the exact figures, but all we know is that the numbers are going up.
And so we're likely to have more numbers then. So let's make it, let's say 4,500.
It'll be interesting.
Per our population, 450,000 marriages in 10 years, breaking down. It's not bad.
Really?
No, I think so.
For a country that is. You know, the thing we have in Africa that we pride ourselves in is the family system. We always talk about the family system and the fact that once the family system breaks down, then, you know, the center cannot hold any longer. Everything is built on it.
But these days we're changing, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the thing.
The society is changing. Both men and women are becoming capable of doing things on their own, looking after the economic livelihood is improving. So I don't know. Wow. Sometimes we get at each other's throats. There used to be a lot of things women could take, but it's because they were not economically empowered. But now if a woman is empowered and the man is fully...
Now we won't take your nonsense.
Yeah. So, and I think that it is right.
But,
it's right for a woman not to take the nonsense of a man if the man is fooling around.
But I listened to somebody share a story. I think they were married for about 30 years. And then they went their separate ways. But
in Ghana?
Yes, in Ghana.
Yeah, I've heard of married for 25 years.
And then she said, I mean, come to think about it, we could have fixed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth going our separate ways.
Actually, if you've gone through patches, you get to find out that sometimes, yeah, you have somebody who is good out there, you feel this is the person.
Yeah.
But I think there's just some asymmetry of behavior patterns among both men and women.
Yeah.
That are so similar.
I sat through a seminar, and then the talk was on divorce, and some of the lawyers were saying that, you know what, sometimes we are with our clients in courts on the divorce issue, we are still deep in it, and then you realize that the woman is pregnant. Who is responsible? Is the man that she's in court with.
Yeah, that's true.
Incredible. So things
and sometimes they will even be sleeping in separate rooms in the house. You never know.
Yeah. So, you know, we're just saying that there are some circumstances that, you know, you have to get out of it. Otherwise, you would die. And it's not worth dying in any marriage. No man or woman is worth...
There are some extreme,
you know, yeah, where somebody would practically
not even
kill
extreme.
you.
Yeah,
but there are instances where you can work on it. Because, listen, you get out of it a year, two, and you sit back, you hear other people's stories, and you're like, hey, then mine was small, so we could have worked on it.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, that's just by the way. Let's stick to the papers.
Individual rights and freedoms.
Yeah. Okay, you're not through, right?
I think I'm through. I want to do the daily guide.
Sure, please
The gospel singer is on the front page.
Who is that?
Takwa Roberts confessed the suspect, Kweku Minta, the gospel singer. You know, the police acted swiftly when their man was killed in this incident in which we had 900,000 Ghana cedis. So, Latif Idris, though, is still suffering. Police have not acted on it. But the suspect, Kweku Minta, they were told that he's one of several who have been rounded up in that incident in which the police corporal or constable was killed. He's a corporal, Lance Corporal Nicholas Duku, the late. And he's been featured here at a concert in which he's on a poster. If you go to the...
As in what, the alleged criminal who is a musician?
Yes, one of the suspects. So he's on the same poster with some notable musicians. I don't want to mention them because they may get it wrongly. So...
but he still is a suspect, isn't he?
Oh, he's a suspect. What's a suspect?
See, that's always...
We are worried that the way we are... Yeah.
I mean, but this won't be new because that's what we do.
But it's not right.
And I know that Samson Ladi Ayedini has talked about it several times. Yeah. Because if you're found not to be, do we give you the same prominence? Do we publish your pictures all over? Do we bring back the posters and say that he's not guilty, he wasn't found guilty, that kind of thing?
I think that's the thing, right?
Yeah, it's always difficult. And I think that ever since Samson started the education on it, I've been, you know, really, really cautious. Yeah. You know, because you display and you talk about someone, you even mention their names. Meanwhile, they are alleged. They're not proven guilty. They're not found guilty.
Sure, they are suspects.
Yeah, but I think it would take a lot more time for every person.
Destroy somebody's reputation.
Exactly, it would take a very long time, especially when the police would display them and say, take pictures of them. Yeah. Sometimes the police would call you that we've rounded up about 30, 50, 100, 150 suspects, and they're calling on media people to come and see them and take shots of them. In that case, you know, what do you do? Yeah. But I guess it would take somebody suing one of the major media houses for that to probably begin to reverse the trend. If you're sued and, you know, it's you're having to pay like
I mean, if I have my pictures there and I'm found not to have committed it, I will sue.
Yeah. I'll sue. Well, but good luck. That will be a tough case to deal with. So
yeah, I'll sue. Job Ghana brings wealth, and then we have Don't Abuse Press Freedom. We've told you how the president was cautioning countries around the world. And then we have Ghana oil fields in danger. But let's go to the center spread. We still have the daily guide. Zinal Zoo, you know her?
Excuse me?
Zinal Zoo. Center spread news one pull out.
Zinel, darling.
Okay, Zinel, darling Zoo. Zinel, darling Zoo. Good morning.
I didn't say her name is darling. The darling was meant for you.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay, Zinel Zoo. We're told that she's an actress
She is, and she's a producer as well. She's produced, at least I've seen one great movie that she's produced. She's a very fantastic producer
an actress and
actress.
a producer of one great movie that Mama V has seen.
Oh.
Was that not
it? Would you have to repeat everything I say?
No, I'm not repeating it.
What's the story about?
I haven't watched a movie.
Why is she in the center spread?
I haven't watched a movie. One of the great movies you haven't seen. Actress Zenel Zhu has announced her presence back on the slaying scene by showing yet another glamour side of her at the 2018 Ghana Makeup Awards. Indeed, we're told that she wore a dress that is in the region of 5,000 Ghana cedis in cost. Congratulations to it. This is even small.
Is that the story?
Yes.
5,000 Ghana.
It says Zenel Zhu.
Yeah.
Blows 5,000 Ghana cedis on mermaid dress. Mama V wore a dress last time. She said it was 4,000 Ghana cedis.
But she's one of the, you know, I think that the reason... Yeah, will be adding a priority. The reason I like her, though, is I think she's one of the genuine ones. She's one of the genuine ones. Yeah, somebody can spend 5,000 on her piece.
I think some behavior traits of Derek Ekosam she picked from you, he picked from you. It's a problem, yeah.
Like which one?
Derek Otesa. But let's move on.
Your priority is not my priority. If I want to buy a hairpiece with 5,000, even though if I did buy that 5,000, I dare not go home.
No, I know that you won't buy, but I'm saying that hypothetically, if you should buy, it's a priority. Parkwesi grabs new record deal. Parkwesi used to be with Empire Records.
Okay.
Used to be with Double.
Okay.
Okay, and he's grabbed a record deal where we're being told that it's new from Sweden. It's called Hannosons FF in Sweden. And it's owned by one footballer called William Amamu. Oh, he used to be our keeper, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so we have Chris Brown calls Kanye a clown over slavery comments.
That's what he is. I agree.
Yeah. Right. Nanefua authors My Love is Black. The beautiful Nanefua Roxanne is there. And I know she works with Glyco. Yeah. It takes an extra effort to combine corporate life and academics. Yeah, Nanefua Roxanne, head of corporate affairs and marketing of the Glyco.
She's on our show this morning.
She is?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay, Roland. That's a drama. Let's do the...
I love her.
Let's do the business.
Nudity bako. I had to record semi-nude video before my body wrinkles. Sister Debbie. Yo. Why are they not showing the center spread today? We don't have it there.
But what is it with the what was it Nanefua Roxanne in the paper, because she's on our show because she's produced the book. What's the? It
says that in spite of a busy schedule that I'm reading, managing 6 subsidiaries of the Glyco, she's been able to put together a poetry book, a compilation of 13 poems. And in the book, Tebby's Book of Love Songs, the poet captures love.
So I can catch you because we have her on the show this morning talking about this collection, how she did it. Hopefully she'll share a few of the poems.
I don't tend to love poems a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Poems,
I can be poetic.
Because poems paint a certain fantasized picture of the world. That really is not. It's just in our minds.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes makes it.
You're weird.
It's true.
Like I don't know, but I don't want to disagree with you.
I like reading books though.
Let's do the Business and Financial Times newspaper quickly, and then we'll go online. Business and Financial Times: $100 billion US photography industry, new cash cow for the youth. That story is on page 3. Mobile money drives strong MTN Q1 growth. Accounts. What did I say?
It has there.
Yes, 100 billion.
The photo.
Oh, you want to know how they arrive at this figure? Yeah. But this MTN Q1 growth accounts for 15% of revenue, 46% of one district, one factory businesses into agro processing. National strategy needed to revive agri sector. Roland is curious about the photography business, but story says...
I'm curious about the MTN Q1 growth. How much did they get?
Oh, the 46.
Can you read it and tell us how much they got? Because the charges of mobile money are outrageous.
Okay, so the largest mobile telecoms operator in the country, I thought you were talking about the photography, $100 billion US dollars.
No, that's for that one.
Industry. I guess it's an
McAfee
estimate.
will have to tell us whether
the largest mobile telecoms operator in the country, MTN, has attributed its 29.4% year-on-year revenue growth in the first quarter of 2018 to a strong performance of its mobile money service, which alone accounted for 15% of its total revenue.
How much?
You want figures?
Yeah, go to the page and get it.
7.4 million active mobile money.
Sikanini here. Yeah, because when you send 10 Ghana, charge you 1 cedi.
The company recorded a good growth in subscribers, breaching the 16 million mark with the additional 450,000 in the first 3 months of the year. Okay, Roland, I leave the rest to you. You have to go and read about it. You have to go and read about it in the newspaper.
Interpretation of financial statements. Let's look at it. Okay, so let's go on.
Okay, yeah. So that's it, really, for the Business and Financial Times newspaper. There are other business stories you find in the paper today. We'll go online, but before that, let's do some of your messages. Good morning, Mama V and Roland. About 4,000 of Ghana Armed Forces retired soldiers have not received their April salary. Is the government broke? Estelo in Ho, sending us this message on WhatsApp. Indeed, I have monitored reports where some retired soldiers and other people, other professions really, get stranded almost every day, trying to get their monies and complaining. I guess we also have to talk about this issue sometime next week here on our show. More messages on WhatsApp and regular text. Walanyo in Akwetia says, honestly, your work as media personnel is a tedious and risky venture, looking at the harm you're often exposed to. May the Almighty protect you always as you strive to inform, educate, and entertain us. Happy World Press Freedom Day. Well, thank you, Walanyo in Akwetia. This one says, good morning, Joy News. The good people of Chiana appreciate the good work. Okay. Help me greet students and staff of Kayoro JHS inside Chiana. Aye Gogu Stephen from Chiana sending this message, and this one says, Roland, you look good this morning. Please don't put on suit again. Brian in Cape Coast says, you can be rocking.
So this every week.
You can be rocking.
The women's of our.
You can be rocking. This one says, identification of persons during emergencies is a problem. Regards the last hour of our morning news. Identification of persons during emergencies is a problem. I believe looking at it will be better. The tattoo, they say, brings body cancer, but I believe another way will be better. Good morning, Pa Mensa in Commander. We thank you for your message. This one says, I'm really enjoying your program this morning. Davis Akon in Asinge Mansong sending the message. Last one, and then we'll go online. We'll come back to the messages afterwards. Yesterday was Press Freedom Day. Ghana Police, if it is one of their own beaten or killed, they'll find the killers in less than a week. This shows how corrupt our system is. Hashtag Justice for Latif Idris. It's from Hello Richard in Akachi. Let's go online now, myjoyonline.com.
So we have stories on World Press Freedom Day, Mamavi.
Journalists demand end to attacks on media in Accra declaration. That's how it all ended, the two-day event at the Kempinski Hotel. Let's move on. University of Ghana to set up endowment fund to promote higher education. Also, FDA to leverage technology to combat fake drugs. Fashion Friday celebrating Kofi Ansah, a pioneer African fashion designer. 2018 Abuatre Festival, chiefs pushing for rich culture to be streamed live to the world. Family of stray bullet victim demands police officer arrests. Bank of Ghana appoints advisor to supervise sovereign bank. I saw this coming 20 years ago, but I dreaded it. New Church of Pentecost chairman. So this is the headline that he says sounds like it's a new church, New Church of Pentecost chairman. You get that? Yeah.
Sounded like it's a new church called New Church of Pentecost.
Exactly. Okay, so many stories on myjoyonline.com, but look at this.
Get confused.
Perplexing. Gabby's tweets denies claim he's undermining Otumfuo. And I think it was like 2 days ago, yesterday, that we started talking about...
was there, right?
I think it was Kwesi Deborah who was there. Kwesi Deborah who was there. But, you know, basically about how Otumfuo has been really unhappy with the fact that some people within the NPP are trying to incite others against him, you know, turn things around. And Gabby's name apparently came up, but he's tweeted and essentially saying, I mean, there's no way that he will be pitching his mother's side. So it's all about the Ashanti, Achim kind of thing. I'll leave the rest to you. Just go on to myjoyonline.com and go and read. So there are other stories. Baumia calls brutalized Lateef on phone as nation marks Press Freedom Day. So earlier you were talking about the fact that he's chairman of the police council, the vice president. He apparently called our colleague Lateef Idris. Media Foundation considering joint training for police media to check assault on journalists. So many stories on myjoyonline.com this morning. This one says, Mamavi tell the Minister of Finance that 10th May is next week and we teachers are waiting for our arrears from locomotioning.
Is that when they said they were going to be paid?
Apparently. This one says, I'm Evans, watching you from Ukraine. I really love the way you are hitting the police about Lateef's incidents. Please keep it up. Don't stop hitting them.
But it's not,
with
your
way
fair,
of policing. Keep your good work up. You're hitting the world gradually. Well, Evans from Ukraine, thank you.
He's watching us from Ukraine.
Yes, he lives in Ukraine. That's good to know. This one says, I think the best way to be identified is to have your ID card on you at all times. Mobile phones can be taken away by those at the scene. New love from Nkran Kwanta in the Bono Ahafo region sending us this message. Thank you. This one says, I just love your show, Alexander in Nigeria. Well, we thank you. This one says, in as much as I don't condone quack doctors, can we find out whether the state has provided a health center for the community? And if yes, how far and if it is easily accessible? From Sami in Cape Coast. Sami is talking about that quack doctor. One of the papers, I think the Daily Graphic reporting on that, you know, that busts really in the paper this morning. This one says, I wish you a good day. Vincent from Hohoi. Well, Vincent, thank you very much. We wish you the same. Enjoy the day. I think the media has done a great job, especially the multimedia group. In times of elections, we still enjoy peace, and it's mainly because of the job of journalists. Good work done. Chumwa from Oboase sending us this message. I'm Alex from Esunafo South. We're doing national service and we have 3 months to complete. Can we register the government initiative that is NAPCO? Well, they've got a site up. They've got a website. So just Google, you know, Nation Builder Score, and you would find the website. Go there and find out. All I know is you must have done your service before you can apply. But I don't know if you're almost done, if you still can, but it will be good. I'm sure you find some answers when you go to their website. This from Sylvester Say Adomako from Kede, saying that we're doing a great job. Well, thank you. Says it's quite pathetic to look at the trend at which journalism in our part of the world is heading. Brutalities and persecution on journalists in this century is really something different, and it seems no one is bothered. Let's look at what recently happened to Lateef, and our leadership gives speeches upon speeches telling journalists to do this and do that. I think we should be looking critically at the way we treat people who bring us stories we have to hear. Sylvester Say Adomako from Kede. Well, thank you. It's good to know that you appreciate what we do, and you seem to understand our work, which is a good thing. So thank you very much. Roland, quickly, City Newsroom.
All right, so we go to City Newsroom. NAPCO recruits to pay. Okay, so we have COCOBOD staff only kicking against my transformation agenda. That's the chairman of COCOBOD, Hackman Uswajimine. Be ready to give more evidence against Boss MD Amidu to Duncan Amwa, who is said to be the chairman of COPEC.
Petitioning
the office of the special
prosecutor to look
Mad
into
rush for NAPCO registration in Ashanti region. Aircraft engineers, killers remanded or suspected killers remanded again. Public donations may compromise police. So what he wants, say don't donate to the police. Don't be donating, actually. List of 1 million jobs meant to assure Ghanaians, Deputy Minister.
Oh, Roland, you didn't read this one. Ashesi University finally receives presidential charter.
University finally receives presidential.
Okay, before we go. This one says, hey, Mama, be spending 4,000 Ghana cedis on clothes. Roland forgets. Kobe in Koforidua. Don't worry. we won't do that. There are so many things we can use 4,000 Ghana cedis to do. Okay, we've got many other messages. Unfortunately, you know the game. We can't read all right now, but we'll come back definitely on it. We have to make way for sports. Oh, Arsenal. Just when you want to support Arsenal, just when you want to create a little window so they can get through Champions League. Oh, just when you thought
there's this
there's
rhetoric on social media
that
many Arsenal fans, men and women, don't usually divorce.
Oh, well, now I would disagree because the love story between Wenger and Arsenal has come to an end.
You know why? Because they have great sympathy, empathy, and patience.
I guess no more. That's jinx, whatever it is. I think it's been
broken?
Yeah, it's been broken with Wenger leaving.
Okay.
And then we thought, oh, what a way to end the love story, but it didn't happen. We'll bring you back heartbreaking highlights of that game that Arsenal lost yesterday.
Too heartbreaking.
Yeah. Okay, but Benedict is here. It's a Friday here, so he will also tell us about what we should expect this weekend with regards to our own local games. But here's one. I agree with Nana. Okay, no, I'm not sure what this reaction is really, but there's a birthday dedication. Help wish my lovely daughter Felicity Efia Yedua Amor happy birthday. Big J from Aguna Swedro. She attends Central Royal Montessori School in Aguna Swedro, and she's 6 years old today. So happy birthday, happy 6 to you, Felicity Efia Yedua Amor of Central Royal Montessori School in Aguna Swedro. Is this okay? Daddy is wishing you a happy birthday. This one says, I'm highly. Hey, I'm not sure. Michael in Sunyai, you're not happy about the comments by the board chairman of the Cocoa Board. Can he continue to be there, to be the board chairman of workers who are spoiled, waiting to see what our management and the government will say or do before would come out to face him? Michael in Sunyai, I hope that I did get the input of your message. This one says, when is the documentary on killing of the judges coming on? Pa Kofi in Sunyai. Well, we're all waiting. I can't wait too. So
it's
just hang in there.
Mode.
Hang in there. They are teasing us. I know they are. The teasing is a lot, but it will definitely happen. So Pa Kofi in Sunyai. This one says, for journalists to be vanguards of any country, they have to be objective, well-paid, protected by the law, and stop being political in their reportage, because their job can make or unmake any nation. Good morning. Well, good morning to you. Thank you. Final one, then we rope Benedict in. Please help me wish me well. I have been discharged from hospital. Nicholas, we wish you well. Recover really quickly so you can get back to what you were doing before. But here's Benedict.
Benedict, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Karela. How are they doing?
It's a city in India.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Somebody sent a message yesterday.
The name is a city in India.
Okay.
And we're told that it's owned by a Nigerian also.
Oh.
The team here in Ghana, I doubt.
Right.
But I'll find
really?
out for you. Yeah, I'll find out.
Really,
for
the
you.
team in Ghana?
Somebody gave me a text message.
I'll check that for you.
Okay.
Monday, I'll check that for you.
What's up on your table?
Well, today we talk about the Europa League, Arsenal. It's just unfortunate.
The former Nigerian senator, I'm told.
How many times haven't you said unfortunate when it comes to read an Arsenal headline?
Well, especially when Arsene Wenger says he's leaving the club at the end of the season.
Yeah.
We would have wished that
Did he say he was leaving or the club said he should leave?
No, he's leaving because he said he's leaving. He
Whether
issued a
he's leaving
statement.
or the club says at the end of the season he won't be there. And I mean, it would have wished that Arsene Wenger will win his last trophy if he's leaving the club, and that's not going to happen. And also, Koscielny picked up an injury that possibly could rule him out of the World Cup. it's also unfortunate, you know. So everything about the Arsenal game, not making it to the final, is unfortunate. But for us and for Atletico Madrid, Thomas Partey, very, very fortunate because he's making it to the finals. And
did he play?
Playing, yeah, he played. He's been playing some
match.
brilliant football this season. It's just
I think he's our best player currently.
Of course, he is our best player, and would have wished that a player of his caliber would be at the World Cup. You know, to exhibit his skills.
But we can't have
not going to
only one caliber.
No, that's what I'm saying. That I mean, he's been.
We
playing
don't have
consistent.
the depth of players.
He's been playing consistent. He's been playing very well. Even at the Black Stars recently, he was a key player. The friendly matches we played, he scored a hat-trick. Remember?
I do understand.
Our last World Cup qualifier
but
against
Congo.
Don't be reminding us of that. We don't really have a team, but you know, the gentleman has been doing very well. Atletico Madrid, their last game, their last 2 games, the first leg at the Emirates Stadium, a player picked up a red card and he was made to play at the right back, which he played very well. So he's like a utility player. He's able to play everywhere on the pitch. He can play up front, he can play in defense. And yesterday he was very, very influential in the game. Even the goal they scored, he was the man who provided the assist.
So wow. If you miss the game, just like Roland did.
Indiana Stars in Africa, they start their CAF Confederation Cup group stage campaign.
Selwyn is on with you?
Yes, yeah, they are way to play the Ivorians. Well, in that group, they have some great teams in there. Raja Casablanca is also in the AS Vita Club of DR Congo is in there as well. So,
don't rule them out. Selwyn is on with Benedict right after this, so stay with us. Detailed sports coming up.